you guys from the future. So I realized whenever I was editing this video, there's two very important things that I left out for context that I think are gonna be very important, which number one is exactly what we're doing. I did not seem to tell you guys about the trip. And number two is you might notice there was a new dog in the video and you might be wondering what's going on with that. But before I get into that, I am starving. So we're gonna make a meal together while I kind of explain what's been going on. All right, we're gonna grab one of the Factor meals. So I have them all organized here. I also have some wellness shots. So I think we'll do one of these as well. So there's 3 different kinds in here. There's the lemon, apple, ginger, honey, turmeric, black pepper. There's the spinach, kale, celery, lemon, and E3 live. So that's like a live greens. The apple, ginger, lemon, cayenne. So this is like a cayenne cleanse, and this one's the turmeric. So y'all know me and my inflammation. We're gonna go ahead and do this one. All right, I'm gonna pop this in the microwave. It just takes 2 minutes and we should have something really delicious, which I'm happy about because I am starving. All right, so while that's going in the microwave, I'm gonna do the turmeric shot, which I also want to thank Factor for sponsoring today's video. They have come in clutch for me because your girl has been back at the gym. I'm lifting heavy, I'm eating clean. I'm already seeing results, which I'm super excited about. Oh, this one's good. Okay, y'all know I've done a lot of wellness shots and they aren't usually my favorite. I do them because they're good for you, but not necessarily because they taste good. But this one's actually really, really good. Oh, crush tip. I have a goal to get back in shape, in the best shape that I've been in a long time. Y'all know I used to be a huge gym rat before I got diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. And that's where Factor comes in because it's been helping me stick with my nutrition goals on top of my fitness goals. And I'm already starting to see results. I'm seeing definition coming back. I'm looking good. I'm feeling good. But also they simplify my life because I don't have to worry about the meal planning, the grocery shopping, the cooking, the cleaning, none of that. Factor takes care of all of it for me. And Factor offers over 35 meals to choose from per week, including options like keto, calorie smart, vegan, veggie, and more. Eating clean doesn't have to feel like you're eating terrible food. Like, this is good food. I'm eating good and I don't have anything to feel guilty about, which is just why I love Factor. So stinking good. But if you guys also want to stick with your 2024 health goals, Factor is going to be your best friend. And right now you are in luck because when you go to factor75.com and use code CATNESBIT50, you'll get 50% off your first Factor box. Once again, thank you to Factor for sponsoring today's video. We're gonna be working our first trip of the new year, and what a trip is it going to be. So it's going to be a 2-day trip, and on day 1, we're gonna be deadheading from Dallas to Vegas. Then we're gonna have a 14-hour layover. And then the next day, we're gonna be working 1 flight from Vegas to Miami, which, to be honest, you guys, that's not an easy flight. Some would even say that is the toughest flight in the system because you're going from one party city to the other, but it's only 1 flight. It's just 1 flight. And then once we're in at Miami, there's a little bit of a sit time, and then we're gonna end up deadheading from Miami back home. So in the 2 days, there are 3 flights and I only have to work 1 of them. The other 2 are just deadheads, which if you don't know what a deadhead is, it's basically you just sit as a passenger to get you into position to work or to get you back home. So that's essentially what we're gonna be doing. But before we dive into that trip, I also feel like I should tell you guys about Miss Maple. So we were driving back from my sister's house on New Year's Eve. It was like 2 in the morning, pitch black, and then all of a sudden on the way home, we saw her. We knew like this was so dangerous for her because it's so dark. She's black, so she's very hard to see. So we like pulled over with the flashers on, and then we're able to get her in the car because she's just like the sweetest thing ever. She's so sweet. She's like the perfect family dog ever. So we ended up taking her that night over to a veterinary emergency group, which is like an animal hospital that runs like 24/7. We took her over to Veg to see if they could look for a microchip. Unfortunately, there was no microchip. Now she did have 2 collars on, so we do know she's somebody's dog. And I forgot to mention, but we also ended up going back to the place that we found her the next day and like just asking people around the neighborhood if anybody recognized her, if they knew whose dog it was, but not a single person had recognized her at all. So I ended up getting online and making a post, like a found photo, and then a lot of people helped me like share it across Facebook to like more found groups to see if anybody recognized her. And then the next day I was like calling up to some of the shelters to see if anybody's been looking for her. We also physically took her into some of the shelters to see. And so far it has been no luck. We've had her 10 days and we're not finding her home, which is like really sad because obviously she is owned by somebody and she's well taken care of. Like there's nothing on her to make me think that anybody did not want this dog or didn't take care of her. So we're still looking and I'm really like holding out hope that we're gonna reunite her with her family. But if that does not happen, then we're gonna be trying to rehome her, but we'll like foster her in the meantime. Like I definitely don't wanna put her in the shelter system because all the shelters around us, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like it's kind of everywhere, are just overfull. They're overfull, they're on code red. It's just like, I just don't want her to get stuck in the shelter system. So she's gonna be staying with us. She is just like the sweetest dog. She's already trained, she's great on the leash, she's housebroken, doesn't really react to any of the other dogs, which is great. We have her around like the little ones and stuff. So you guys might be seeing her in and out of the video, so I just wanna let you know. But anyways, let's go ahead and start our first trip of the new year.
I'm gonna tell you that I love you 100 times a day. You'll get tired of my voice, that's how much I'm gonna tell you that I'll miss you. I'll miss you if you go. Yes, I'm gonna let you know just how much I tell you, mama.
Y'all are never going to believe what has happened today. Like from start to finish, the story is just wild. A lot has happened. Oh, there is a luggage rack. Okay. I don't know exactly where I'm putting this. I'm just like making a mess. Okay, we'll just put it right in the middle. Oh, I did legs the other day. And by the other day, I mean yesterday. I don't know why I said the other day, and my legs are sore. Ooh. Here's all my stuff I packed. I even brought like my headphones and I brought like gym stuff. Like I was gonna get ready to go to the gym. We were gonna be about that life today, and that is not how today has gone at all. I'm also starving, so I picked up P.F. Chang's. Well, I didn't really pick it up. So funny enough, when we landed, I ordered it and I had it door dashed over here. And it actually showed up here before I did. We're gonna talk and eat at the same time because I'm so hungry. So I ended up ordering the gluten-free. I was about to get the lettuce wraps. I almost got 2 dishes because tomorrow is supposed to be like such a busy day. And so then I was just like, I'd rather have like 2 dishes so that way I don't have to worry about food tomorrow. But then I was thinking, you know, I didn't bring my cooler bag because I wasn't in uniform, and you can only bring 2 bags when you're not in uniform. So I needed my in-flight bag and then my normal suitcase. So I didn't bring my cooler bag. So this is the gluten-free Chang's spicy chicken, and then I got it with white rice. Apparently they have a gluten-free fried rice, but this is the chicken. It smells amazing. It smells really good. I ended up putting the wrong address into my GPS when I was going to the airport, so already I was running a little bit behind, but there was a notification that our inbound flight coming in was gonna be 30 minutes delayed. So after the plane came in 30 minutes late, then they ended up getting us all boarded up onto the plane. We were all set, and then suddenly the pilot came on the PA system and was like,
there's a maintenance issue, we're gonna have to get maintenance, we're gonna have to do paperwork. We don't know how long it's gonna be, but it shouldn't be too long.
Finally, after they wrapped up all the paperwork, we were good to go. We were all set, we closed up, and then we pushed back and started taxiing out to the runway. And when this happened, the pilot came back on the PA saying that there's been another maintenance issue. I think it was unrelated, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was completely something unrelated that happened once they came out into the tarmac. So basically they said, we're gonna have to go back to the gate and get maintenance to come back out. They don't really know what's going on. So we go back to the gate, and they were trying to talk to the tower to see, are we gonna need to like completely deplane? Are we gonna need to get a new plane? But then finally a decision was made, and they were like, okay, the plane is going out of service. So they're removing the plane and taking it over to the hangar, so we all need to deplane. So then at this point, like me and the other 2 flight attendants, we decided, okay, well, let's call crew scheduling and see if we can be removed off the flight and see if they can get other standbys to come on. Because normally if there's been more than a 3-hour delay, you can ask to be removed as long as they have available flight attendants. So we called crew crew scheduling, and it turns out that not only do they not have available flight attendants and available standbys to basically come relieve us, but also that since we pushed off the gate, technically we have now started the sequence. So technically we are now mid-sequence, so you can't be removed from the flight mid-sequence. You can only be removed from the flight at the beginning of the sequence. So even though we were basically right back where we started, we were not gonna be able to be removed. They ended up finding us a new plane, so we had to go switch terminals to go over to the new plane. So once we got to the new plane, they once again boarded all of us back up again. We were all ready and set to go, and then all of a sudden, the pilot comes back on the PA again, and I was like, oh no. Oh no, what's going on now? And he was like,
you might have noticed we have not left the gate yet. And unfortunately, that's due in part because on the first flight, they have to get all the bags off and then bring them over to the new plane and put them on.
Well, they didn't know where the ground transportation to move the bags were at, so we were still waiting on them. Long story short, in total, we were delayed for 4 hours and 40 minutes. So almost 5 hours of delays. And you guys would think that the craziness stops there, but it in fact does not. It does not stop there. So basically, I was getting ready to order my PF Chang's because I knew, I was like, okay, once we land, I'm gonna get the food ordered because we're gonna have a short rest. I want the food to be at the hotel so that I can eat my food, quickly go to bed, do all the things, get up in the morning because like we're gonna have an early sign-in, big long day tomorrow. All of a sudden, after I ordered my food, I looked and I was like, oh, I have a missed call. And who's my missed call from? None other than crew scheduling. And I was like, oh no, please do not tell me that we are now staying over somewhere else or working something back or what are we doing? And my PF Chase is gonna be up at this hotel that we are not gonna be staying at. But that's not what happened. That's actually not what happened at all. So I went back to look at the schedule and I noticed that we have been removed off of the flight from Vegas to Miami, and then that we were also removed off the flight from Miami to Dallas, and instead they put us on a flight from Vegas to Dallas that is another deadhead. So basically they have deadheaded us from Dallas to Vegas, put us up in this stunning, beautiful hotel just to spend the night to end up deadheading again from Vegas back to Dallas, and then we're off work and I've got 2 days off. What a plot twist, you guys. What a plot twist. I did not see that coming from a mile away. But yeah, that's basically my trip is I've just gotten paid to be a passenger all the way to Vegas, stay in a hotel and be paid to be a passenger back. Not a bad gig, you guys. What an emotional roller coaster today has been. I think I made another little oopsie. I started taking my lashes off and then I grabbed my little skincare bag, and in it I brought my micellar water, but then I realized I did not bring the little makeup pads to put on it, and I don't really want to like dirty up one of their towels. I still got my little Ugg little doop-a-doops. I got the real Uggs for Christmas this year. The ones like this, but they're the brown color. And you know what? I won't lie to you. They're nice. They're nice. But I actually think the dupes are a little bit more comfortable. Like the regular Uggs, like it was like hard to get my foot into them. And the funny thing is like these were almost a third of the price. Not quite, but almost a third of the price. I'm gonna just use like some tissue and see if this is gonna work. This isn't my best work. This is what I get for not bringing makeup wipes. I got like tissue pieces all up in my hair.
Hello, Ramona. I can't shake the simplest feeling beyond the ghost. We stand on the opposite shore.
Spoiler alert, I tried this coffee. Horrendous. It is really bad. It's really bad. I'm pretty darn desperate, but this is rough waters that we're navigating. We're navigating here. Rough bean waters. Oh, ooh. All right, so here's our cute little airport fit with the little platform Uggy Ugg dupes. I'm gonna go ahead and put my camera away into my bag, get my other bag together, and then I guess it's officially time to head to the Vegas airport once again.
When the night comes crawling and I'm all alone, I head for the highway, baby, to please my restless bones, my restless bones, restless bones. I should try harder to please you. I'm not the man I wanna be, yeah. But my weak soul is letting me down. Babe, don't be so hard on me. Don't be so hard.
I put on my robe because it's freezing. It's so cold and it's storming, and apparently TikTok says that we might end up getting tornadoes tonight. So it kind of said like tonight or realistically like 3 a.m. to 9 a.m. So I guess we're gonna have to stay on the lookout for that. And then also I've been seeing stuff that like in this next week, a lot of the US is supposed to get really cold, including Texas. So everybody's freaking out about the energy grid. So I'm sure if I go to the grocery store, it's gonna be like heavily picked over right now. But anyways, I have now the next 2 days off after such a hard 2 days of labor. So I'm gonna get to editing this video for you guys and try to get that up. And then I will see you most likely in 2 more days with the new trip. Babe, we'll say bye. Bye-bye. She's like, okay, I'm out.